Hello again. So here we are. I decided if I'm going to be mining at night, I'd rather not have something come inside my mine and blow me up or kill me, because I'd pretty much be cornered. So I blocked it off a little, put a door. It's a spruce door. It looks pretty nice. So here we go. I just went and I extended this. Just kept going and going. I found a couple more pieces of copper, but they were poor copper. And at the beginning, we weren't finding poor copper, so that means I'm thinking that the vein of copper isn't so much back here as it is possibly over here and down here or in the wall somewhere. Because then I dug here a little bit and there was nothing there. Dug around that one, there was nothing. And this is what I was meaning about with the support beams. So this support beam went up and then went out 4 and then it stopped. So then I put another support beam up and then I went 4 and then I stopped. And then, so you know, I filled up this one over here, and then I went 4 and 4, and then they connect. That way you only have to have 2 support beams for the same amount of space, and it still protects you. And so yeah, it helps a little bit not having to use so much wood. So here we go. I went and got the pick here, and I was doing a little testing. So here we go. Click here, it says hematite, traces, nothing of interest, and then it says medium sample. And we got large sample. Large sample, nothing. Earlier it was saying something else. Oh, there we go. We go over here, it says large sample of galena. Over here it says it too. So it's some galena over here, but we don't need that. And back over here, there's traces of bismuth. So it's either that way or down there, I'm thinking. But we're gonna go over here. This large sample of right around here. Thinking right here. Now we know I'm gonna put a torch there, the mark. I like to put 2 torches. Like I do when I do this, I usually do like a cross section, and when I have large I put 2 torches, and then when it gets small I put 1 torch. That way I can figure out what's going what. Now based off of our hill, that means it's either right underneath that dirt, which is very possible. And we could take a little peek actually. I have a shovel with me. We could take a peek under this dirt, and if we see anything then we know we can mine it. But I usually assume everything's down below. So let's dig right over it in here. About right here could have been where it says. Now we click here, it says galena and large sample hematite. So yeah, I want to say it's down underneath the hill here a little bit. So we go back in our mine here. I really need to remember to move those piggies, but I might just leave them. 2 piggies having some babies, we'll leave them. We got plenty of piggies coming. We might just eat those and have them babies, and we'll have like a cycle. Who knows? So we go back in here, get rid of those, and we got a support beam right here, so we're gonna use that. We're gonna go right along this wall and start digging. And I like to go just a little bit so I have a notch off of my main one. See, we found more. But it's not a lot. It's pretty sporadic, and it's again poor native copper. So we're getting farther away from our thing. And we can't go much higher, so it's gotta be underneath us, if any. So here we go. Got that. Now this is going to actually support this side, so we actually don't need that. But we're gonna need one for going down here, so I'm gonna dig this out a little bit, like so. Yep, and we found some more copper. Alright, pour again, and we're gonna dig straight down for a little bit. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you can actually dig down when you're looking for the surface ores. If you go right in the middle, you can actually just dig down and find it. Sometimes it's that way. We're just gonna keep digging this way. Actually, before I get down there too far, I'm gonna make some of these, and I'll have to make some more. I got tons of sticks, so no worries there. Oops. But you're gonna want to do this, so just because it's a straight shaft doesn't always mean it's gonna protect you. So we should do this. We're gonna. Oh gosh, how do I do that normally? I guess we'll put our ladders here. Get up here. We'll put this Go in like this. I gotta get rid of this last one. Oh, see, there's more copper, but it's very sporadic, and it's again small. One more piece, and then I think if we do like this, and then we go down. Nope, we can't. I'm just gonna risk it, I think. As long as we got one hole, and technically these walls are gonna support themselves. It's just the ceiling you have to be careful of. And we're gonna dig down here some more, like that far. And we're gonna get our little prospector's pick, and we're gonna check. And it says very large sample of galena, traces of bismuth, nothing of interest. So the hematite has disappeared. Oh, 2, 3. Ooh, I gotta get more torches or sticks. Let me go get more sticks, and then we'll come back and do some more digging. So here we are. I got lots of ladders. I dug straight down, and we found galena. Just lots of galena, but large sample, nothing of interest. So the bismuth has disappeared. So if we go up here, nothing. Climb up a little bit more. Galena. Native copper. Okay, see, it's pretty sporadic. So I'm thinking if it's not down here, it could be over here someplace. So we're gonna go and start digging this direction, actually. Right? No, that just digs right out to the pigs, though. Okay. Could be. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna just keep digging straight, and if we find anything, then we know it's out there, because the galena is clearly down there. So we'll see. Maybe it is out here more. Maybe to the left or something. I don't know, because it's gonna get pretty much dirt soon. So I'm gonna dig this out, and we'll see what we find. Okay, that first bit of copper up front here had me thrown off. So I was thinking that this was the main source over here someplace, and we were getting farther away. Ends up that was just some random extra bits, and we were getting closer because I kept finding more, but they were all poor. And I got all this copper I found. So let's see. Now this is where it gets tricky. When you're mining, you want to keep these support beams as close to the ceiling as possible, because if, say, those blocks up there fall down, there's a chance they're gonna break your support beam, even though it's supporting these rocks. All that force coming down could break them, and then it could cause like a chain reaction, you know? So we're gonna go and carefully dig out a little bit more of this. Luckily we don't have a house or anything up there, so if it caves, it caves, and we don't have to worry about it. Our mountain will just be a little shorter, but we kinda dig up and find a good place to start putting the roof supports. So yeah, we're finding just lots of poor native copper, but that means there's going to be an even bigger source somewhere deep inside of this one. And look at all this copper we're finding. Lots of copper. Oh man, even more. Okay, let me just keep digging this out, and then once I get to where I want to show the support beams, I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to, this is how close we got to the roof. I was digging, and then one piece fell down, and I was like, okay, let's try over here, and then bam, a whole bunch more came down. So we don't have to worry about so much right here, because it's pretty much falling down on us right now. So that's the top of our thingy up here. So once I get rid of this, we know exactly where the oh man, the top of this is going to be at. This is why you gotta be very careful when you're mining. Very careful. I mean, this is just dirt, but when it's cobblestone, it's even worse. So here we go. I'm gonna dig out this, put up a support beam, and have it go, and I'm gonna have to like fill up that maybe. I'll try. Okay. Okay, so here's an update. Cave, mine. So I went over here. I finally got that. I don't know. I think I didn't say that. I got this supported. I put all the dirt back on top of it, dug my way out. I got this support beam just in case, and that branched off to here. Here was just a bunch of native copper I kept finding, so I just kept following it. and then branched off to here, and there wasn't much. So then I kind of thought of this idea. You just dig a 1x3, and you just have the support beam over your head, so there's a lot less digging. So I got here, pretty much it's going to be dirt now, and there's not much source over here. But I did go dig down there, and there's a bigger source of hematite down there, so that's another possible site we'll go. And then I was like, okay, there's got to be copper around here. And I went out here, it got worse, and then I went over here, and it got worse. So then I went back to here where it was the strongest source, right around here. It's like, okay, well I went this way, let's try this way. And that's what I did, and we started finding a few of these, and then I finally found some of these native coppers. So I'm just gonna dig. Well, I got the pick here, and it says galena, nothing of interest, medium, galena, and then we got over here, and it says very large sample of native copper. So I'm thinking it's maybe in this direction, or you know, I don't think it's back this way because that's where we were just at. So it's either above us, below us, or possibly this direction. So I'm just gonna keep mining and see if we can find anything. But yeah, that's the trick. Just kind of get a cross section. Go one direction. If it doesn't say anything, then you know you gotta go back here, try a different direction. It's just a lot of digging and trying. The thing you want to try to keep is the minimum amount of stone you're digging, and always have support beams. Because even if, say, I left here and I went to get a new pick, I came back here, there could have been some seismic activity, and then all the stone comes down, and then it blocks off all your tunnels, so you're trying to figure out, well, which tunnel was it, because there's cobblestone in all of them. So yeah, always support beam your tunnels. So yeah, let me dig some more, and I'll see if I can finally find this source of copper. So here we are. I think I found it. Just reorient you. There's the entrance way. We came in here. This is where we found it, where it's hot. And I went down this way, and it got cold again. And I'll put a torch down here. Don't want anything spawning in our cave or mines. And so then I was like, okay, well, it's not that way. It's not that way. Let's try going down. And it worked. Came down here, and I think it's not a very big one so far, but you never know. It could get bigger. So first thing I did was I started digging out and got a support beam going. And so far we found, this is just like 2 of these stacks were from trying to find it. This is from finding it so far, and then I found some of these down here. So hopefully we get some bigger nuggets down here. But yeah, so this is what you do. You gotta do a lot of digging, but if you're careful, you can minimize how many tools you use and the wood, and keep it safe so you don't die doing it or get lost. And eventually you find these, and these are the ore veins. So rather than normal Minecraft's 3 or 4 pieces at a time, you can find whole big chunks of them all grouped together. So I mean, you don't even have to mine it all if you really wanted to. If it's close to your place, just leave it, mine what you need, and then it's self-storage, and you can just, as long as you're safe, I mean, if you prepare yourself and have the mine secure, you could come down here and mine whenever you need it. But I don't need to do that, so I'm just going to mine what I can. And you see, we're just getting lots and lots of these. Let me get rid of some of these stone. Well, you're going to have lots of stone, don't worry. You're going to have all the stone tools you can possibly need after doing this. There we go. Oop. There. Let's see if I can get a couple more. There we go. And as you go, I kind of like to do is, if I know I'm going to be digging this all out, I like to go and just start collecting some of these smooth stone blocks, just the whole entire blocks. Because you never know when you might want to make some stairs, or you're going to need some more for your quern or whatever it is. So just, you know, dig out a couple pieces and bam, you get a whole piece. And you're ready for some more stuff. So yeah, I'm going to just keep digging at this. And if I find like a bunch more, I'll let you guys know. So here we go. I've been mining quite a bit. I put like stacks and stacks of copper back in it. This isn't even the stuff I was showing earlier. This is just what I've been digging up. I dug up this part and then my axe broke, my pickaxe. So I made a bronze one. And I went digging and I ran out. So then I was like, okay, well, it's gotta be more. And then I found some galena. I'm like, okay, well, let's not even go that way. Let's go this way. And it was off and on, I'd find pieces. And I kept going this way. And I found some more pieces, and I went this way. And I ran out of pieces, and I found this. We've got two different stones here. You see how this one's more dark, has a little more texture to it, looks like. And then I got this lighter stuff. This is granite, and this is the rhyolite we've been digging. So this is a key thing to look for when you're mining, is where the two merge. Because usually where you find these two is where you find more mineral, or you're more likely to find your ores. And so I did that. I found this. I was like, okay, where it's really cool down at this end. And it said very large at this end. So I was like, okay, well, it said very large here, very large here. And I went back here and it said very large. So I just started digging this way. Followed the seam. And then it kind of hit where we were before. So I started digging down a little bit. And then I think I found it. Otherwise, it's just a big, huge bunch. Some of this was rock. Some of this was ore. But needless to say, we have lots and lots of copper here. I've only gotten this many big nuggets, otherwise it's been mostly poor copper. So either that's it, and it's not that big of a vein, or we're getting close to the big one again. Because I've been finding tons and tons of this in this area. But that's fine, we still get lots of copper this way. And it brings us to our next topic. Is we found all this copper, so we can make copper tools, copper armor. And that's great, but the big thing we want is bronze. Bronze lasts longer, does more damage, does more durability for armor. And we also need bronze in order to smelt and process iron, which we already know we can find possibly here fairly easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep digging this out, and eventually I'll stop, and then probably in our next video we are going to go out with some gear and some supplies and start going back to that forest we had. And see, look at this. I think we did find it finally. What's in here? More little bits. But it's pretty concentrated. We're going to go back to that forest with the castrite. Because with the castrite and all this copper, we can make quite a bit of bronze. And we can jump ahead and start doing iron. And just be more careful with our armor and whatnot. And I think that'd be even better. Less time consuming. And we can actually get into some fun stuff with iron. So yeah. I hope this was a little more informative than some of my other ones. I mean, a lot of people do videos of these. Sometimes I always don't show how they process, their process of getting ores. But this is how I go. I just like doing little tunnels. It is time consuming, but when you do find them, oh, you get so much stuff. So yeah, next video, we're going to do some more mining. But I'll probably build a shack or something, you know, outpost out there in that forest. And yeah, we'll start getting some bronze so we can actually start smithing stuff, which will be really fun. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.